Hello, we're back. Welcome back to the ILFL Soccer Night Show. Strange, isn't it? We're back second part already. And here's what I'm going to do for you now. I'm going to show you the game that I promised you that we filmed for you yesterday. It was the big Summer League clash between Ace and St. Catherine's. Both teams need the points. St. Catherine's knew, though, they win this and they've won the Summer League. Should we see what happened? Here it is, Ace versus St. Catherine's. Run the VT, boys. That was a good game. I enjoyed watching that, and it was only the highlights. So it must have been an even better game to watch. 3-3 it ended up after Ace having to come back from 3 goals down. Shakil, you were there watching the game. Was it as exciting as it looked there on the TV?
Yeah, it was a really good game. St. Catherine, they were winning 3-0, and then Ace fight back. And to be honest with you, 3-3 would have been a fair result. I know Ace would agree that they should have won the game, and so could St. Catherine's. They had a glorious chance just before when they scored. It was 3-2, and they had one brilliant cross, and all you had to do was just tap it in the guy, and he slide it over.
So let's break it down a little bit more. Then let's look at 2 good teams. One team gone up now into the Prem, another team that's coming into the First Division. On paper, there's nothing that can separate them. So, was it a game of great chances, good goals, or poor defending?
It was poor defending. Ace they're good at attacking. Yeah, no doubt about that. But the defensive is shocking. It really, really is. They had a couple of players on the sub, and when I looked around on the sub, and they had a few players who are good defenders. And I think the manager was thinking about the second game. But you had a game to play to win the game. You had to win the game. So I'm not sure why the manager decided to leave a few players on the bench, which would have made the defence much more solid. But their defence at the back, every time St. Catherine's had the ball, they were attacking, they looked like a threat.
So are you suggesting that maybe in hindsight, looking at the guys on the bench, maybe Ace took this one a little bit too easy? What do you thought?
I'm not sure. I think they were more worried about the second game. In my point of view, you got the first game. Think first. You got to win the game first, and then maybe you can think about the second game later after the first game. But you got to win this game first, and I'm not sure what the manager was thinking. If I was the manager, I would just win the game, win that game, and you are opting to win the league. I mean,
fair play to them, though. I mean, they're such an attacking force, and to come that shows a lot of character to come back against a good side from 3 down.
No, Ace are a good team in attacking wise. When they were 3-3, St. Catherine they got nervous, they were shaky at the back, they got all the men back, and they just wanted the game to be over. But Ace had the chances, and they just didn't finish their chances off. But they'll be a good team next season in the summer.
There was another game that took part yesterday. In fact, there were 2 games. As Shaks alluded to just a little bit earlier there, Ace had a couple of games that they had to play. Their first one was their main game against St. Catherine's. They didn't lose, so they still have a chance of finishing top of the Summer League, but they played all of their games because their second game, they came up against an Arsenal side. And we know what Arsenal are like. We keep saying it every week, good in the middle third, they'll give you a run for your money right there. But again, a little bit weak at the front, a little bit weak at the back. But what a game, and Ace only just scratched that one by a goal, 4-3.
Yeah, it seems like the scoreline's a close game, but I tell you what, in real life, Ace should have scored a lot more than that. First off, they should have just killed the game by 5-6-7-0. Arsenal they were sleeping in the first half. Honestly, they were so bad first half. They had no energy. It felt like they were sluggish. The defending was a bit shaky at the back. Ace, what they wanted to just get on the pitch after they finished their first game, and they just wanted to score goals, but they couldn't finish at the end of the day. And second half, Arsenal woke up and they scored a couple of goals, and second half was a much better game than the first half.
So I know you go between games now. You're not there every week, so judging from what you've seen of the Arsenal side now and from when you last saw them, can you see the signs of improvement?
Yeah, massive improvement. Massive. They've become stronger. I know what they're trying to produce in terms of the game-wise. They want to play passing football.
There's definite philosophy there now.
It just takes time, and they've used a lot of youngsters. I think that's what the philosophy is, try to bring youngsters. I know Ace and St. Catherine's, they've got a mixture of them, but I see with Arsenal, they have a lot more youth involved rather than the experienced older guys. But I think with Arsenal, if they have 1 or 2 more guys who are experienced, I think it would have been better. You need that leadership on the pitch, and Arsenal, I felt they lacked that leadership yesterday.
The game that was sandwiched in the middle was the game between Walthamstow Red Star and Hawk and Eagle. And again, I'm going to ask you there again, based on the last time you saw a Hawk and Eagles side, can you see signs of improvement there with them?
They had a bit on and off. I'm not really quite sure about them because yesterday they had a lot of older guys playing yesterday. When I looked at the team, the back four was 40 plus age, so you can calculate the back four. They all total be out around 200 age in between them. So there are a lot of oldie guys at the back. I'm not sure what happened to the players, but there is signs of improvement. They had a good game yesterday. They were winning 1-0 and they fought back to 2-2. They missed a penalty as well, so they should have won the game.
So they had lots of attacking opportunity against Walthamstow Red Star. I mean, I know with Red Star as well, they're trying to bring through their youth. So sometimes it's not a first team. Sometimes it's the development of the youth that Red Star are interested in. But it was a good game for Hawk and Eagle then.
No, it was a very good game. The back four looked solid. I know they had a lot of legends in the team, but they look solid. It was hard sometimes to beat them, but I can see what the game plan was to score one goal and park the bus, sort of. But yeah, they are improving slowly.
What that means for everybody out there now is we're looking at the top three. We've got Ace, who have played all of their games and sitting top of the table. Robin Hood Tigers are right behind them, but they've played all their games as well. And then 3 points behind Ace, you have St Catherine's. But St Catherine's have the one game left, and it is that one game that's taking place this Sunday. And it's their game against Arsenal, and with a superior goal difference, all St Catherine's need to do is turn up and win that game. Is it a foregone conclusion, or can you see Arsenal making it difficult for them?
Look, it's not going to be an easy game. If Arsenal keep playing the way they did in the second half yesterday, it'll be a really, really, really good game. And if they can strengthen the defence up, I think it's not going to be an easy game for St Catherine's. It's not going to be. I'm pretty sure St Catherine's won't go in the game thinking we won the game already. It's not going to be as easy as that.
Looking at the Summer League as a whole, who do you think are the winners and losers? And I don't mean, based on where they finish in the table. Who do you think are the winners and losers? Who's gained the most, do you think, out of this Summer League programme?
A lot of teams, I think Arsenal have gained a lot of things in terms of getting their youth guys on running. Because the Summer League is not easy. It's not easy in terms of the weather, everything. It's St Catherine's, the winners in the Winter League, they continue. It's not easy to continue in terms of winning all the time. It takes time. Once you win it, you do seem to lack a bit that oomph in that team. Ace, they knew they wanted to win one thing, and they wanted to win the cup, because the league, but they couldn't. But I'm pretty sure they will try and strengthen in the winter.
There were some other teams, AMY. I mean, I don't know how much of you've seen of these teams as well, but Ace, Robin Hood Tigers. Robin Hood Tigers, I mean, it's been a kind of quiet Summer League for them. Just like most times, they start off and I wouldn't say don't take it seriously, but maybe don't start off with the right mentality, and then by the time they catch up with everything, they're a game short or 2 games short of winning it, and it's happened again this summer.
I'm quite disappointed with them, to be honest with you. I thought they would be up fighting for the title. I really thought after last season, and I thought they would give it a good shot, and I think they had a good chance. The strikers they had, the energy they had. We did talk a lot about Robin Hood with the energy that we were. That Leicester City, they have always had the wingers with pace. They had all the energy in the team. I'm really disappointed with them, actually. Really am.
We had a new side in the Summer League in Italian. Well done to you guys. Your first tournament with the ILFL. They got themselves 7 points from the games that they played. And I actually think that they've done very well, because they're a very young side. And how I gauge that is because the team that finished above them by an extra point was Hawk and Eagle. So although Hawk and Eagle will see it as a transitional period, I know that's the word that everybody likes to use, a transitional period, as a Premier Division side, it doesn't look good for them going into the new season, does it?
No, it doesn't. Absolutely not. They have a lot of thinking to do, and when I mean a lot of thinking to do, they'll have to try and transform the whole team, basically. In my opinion, they'll have to look at the defence, the attacking, and the midfielders. The other team, they're my favourite at the whole entire league. Italians. I love them boys, and they're young. They come from another country as well, so it's not easy. It's not easy to adapt to the culture, adapt to the game. The weather as well is different, but they have something sparkling about them.
There is
And
something there.
There's
and
something there.
I think the different pundits that we've had here, and even the guests that we've had, and have said, you know, that they've enjoyed the time with Italian and playing against them as well. But there it is. The Summer League is almost coming to a close. There is a game next week to take place. It is the game between St Catherine's and Arsenal. St Catherine's know they need to win it. Not a draw. A point is not good enough. It's a game. They need to go out and win, and they can be crowned as the Summer League champions. And we hope to bring that to you again next week as well. Shaquille, you're probably one of the few guests now that I know. We were here a couple of weeks ago, and we were speaking about, and I don't want to bore people with it, with the whole ref changes things, but we were talking about it before the show started, and we were saying that how sometimes things are going to happen and they're only going to become aware of certain directives and law changes when they see it elsewhere, highlights, on a highlight show on TV. And we were talking about particular incidents that happened over this weekend. Do you think that's the way it's going to go through this season now, where teams are only, and clubs and players are only become aware when they've seen it for themselves on TV, so therefore, okay, I've seen it on TV, so now I believe it's actually going to happen?
Yeah, absolutely. And what happened over the weekend, one of the incidents, and when I spoke to you, and you said it's always been there. And I couldn't believe it, because for the whole entire last season, even the Euros, we've never seen it happen. And why all of a sudden you're going to have this little rule come in when you're going to implement it now, when you haven't implemented the whole entire last season? And we are going to see a lot of new things happening this season. I'm really excited to see that.
Maybe it's something we'll talk about in the next section of the show, or maybe even further down later in the show, or maybe not at all, because there's other things that we need to discuss, and we're going to bring them all to you here on the ILFL Soccer Night Show after this short break.